Think it all happens in Silicon Valley. You thought wrong.
Kaggle's a platform for data modeling competitions. So the idea is that a company or a researcher will bring a problem to Kaggle, a data modeling problem. We'll post it up on our site. And at the moment, we've got a community of around 3,000 statisticians who will compete to produce the best model on that problem. For example, a bank might come along and they'll upload their data set onto Kaggle, and they will ask participants or competitors to predict which loan applicants are going to default on their loan. So our user base of 3,000 will all try their various different methods, and at the end of the competition, the one model will have predicted more accurately than the others, and the bank will hand over the prize money for the most accurate model, and in exchange the winning participant will receive the prize money. The most interesting one we've hosted, we've done some nice ones. We hosted a competition to predict the winner of the Eurovision Song Contest. Now, I don't know if for those who aren't familiar with the Eurovision Song Contest, apparently Americans are totally oblivious to it because none of our American users, well, very few of our American users competed. But the Eurovision Song Contest is this bizarre contest where every country in Europe puts up an act. It's like American Idol for European countries. It's been going for about 55 years. The reason it's a good statistical problem is because the countries tend to vote for allies and countries they feel an affinity to. So for example, Germany will always give a lot of votes to Turkey because there are a lot of Turks living in Germany. Israel gives a lot of votes to Belarus because there are a lot of Belarusians in Israel. So it's really got absolutely nothing to do with the quality of the songs, and if you watch the contest, you see that. So there are really interesting statistical patterns. The winner was a 25-year-old computer scientist from the University of Ljubljana in Slovenia. He beat amazing. I mean, he beat a team from the SAS Institute, a team from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. And he won, and this is the beauty of crowdsourcing data prediction. He won not because he was necessarily the best in the competition, but his model for that particular problem was the best. He also beat the BBC, put in an entry for that competition. The BBC finished second. Dr. Derek Gatherer, who's a virologist at Glasgow University, submitted on behalf of the BBC. Good question. There are quite a few sites up on the web that crowdsource logo design, for instance, and it's probably immediately obvious why you'd want to crowdsource logo design. You may not know exactly what you want at the outset, so if you see a whole lot of different logos, you might say, oh, okay, yeah, I like what he's doing. I might work with that approach. Well, you want to crowdsource statistical modeling for a similar reason. There are infinitely many approaches that anybody can take that can be applied to a particular data modeling problem. So if you throw the problem open to a wide audience, people with lots of different backgrounds, we have electrical engineers and physicists and data miners and statisticians, they all try their various techniques. And what we find is that the best entries sort of bump up against some theoretical level, some level of predictive power, or predictive accuracy rather, and this level is pretty much what we deem to be the best that can be gotten out of the data set given the inherent noise and the richness of the data set. So for example, it's probably not possible to predict with 100% certainty who's the voting for the Eurovision Song Contest because there's some strange results that you can't possibly foresee, but it may be possible to build a model that predicts with 90% accuracy. Well, if you throw the problem open to lots of different people, lots of different techniques, you will get to that 90% level of accuracy, whereas if you just had a single statistician working on the problem, you may only get to 80% accuracy or 70% accuracy. We're sort of in the very early days, and we're just getting out there now and starting to commercialise and speak to companies. And one of the first concerns we we hit upon when we speak to companies is they say to us, well, this is fantastic. I have no doubt that you'll be able to build us a fantastic model. But if I'll give you an example. We spoke to a bank recently and they said to us, well, love the idea, but if we put our data set up on the web, then, our competitors can immediately see our level of bad debts. And we sort of talked over this issue for a while. And where they came to on this was, okay, well, it's not great if their competitors can see their level of bad debts. It gives their competitors a bit of an insight into their business. But the competitive advantage they'll have in being able to build a far superior model sort of far outweighs the advantage that their competitors get in seeing their level of bad debts. That was the first point. And the second point is that it isn't going to be their level of bad debts for very long if they can better identify which loan applicants are not worth lending to. The other point is that we can also anonymise data, so that's always an option. So de-identify specific customers and so forth in data. So far, Kaggle's, we're only about 5 months old. We're really a brand new company. And so far, we've just been sort of trying to prove that this is a really great way to do modelling. We've got some phenomenal case studies, some fantastic successes. We've helped improve the state of the art in HIV data modelling. We've helped create a new chest. We're helping to create a new chest rating system at the moment. So some fantastic case studies. Now the idea is at the moment we're working very hard to spruce up our website, and then the next step is to commercialise. So to start selling this as a solution to companies, rather than outsourcing, rather than hiring a couple of PhDs in house. This is another way to get really good models built, and also get them built at a competitive price. So the future for us is commercialising this product and making it viable.
Think it all happens in Silicon Valley? You thought wrong.